It is officially week one. The Eagles have a game on Sunday afternoon in Gillette, but somebody is already doubting Jalen Hurts. We'll take a look at those comments, hear from the quarterback himself, and preview the first depth chart. What is going on, everybody? Welcome into A to Z Philly. You know the drill. Hit the like button if you enjoy the content. Be sure to subscribe, ring the bell. Don't miss any of the coverage as we will continue to break it all down for you. I have a question for the people out there, man. What is your prediction for Jalen Hurts and his week one stat line prediction? Let me know your thoughts. Comment down below. What will the total passing yards be, total yards, and total touchdowns? Give me your thoughts. Before we jump into everything today, quick shout out to our sponsor of today's video, BetMGM. Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up using code ATOZPA and receive up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to a variety of parlay selection features, live betting options, player props, and daily boosted odds specials. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matter more than ever. So find out why BetMGM is the king of sportsbooks. Sign up today with bonus code ATOZPA. And get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. Look, man, it is week one, and the Eagles have a game. Yes, a game that actually counts on Sunday afternoon in Gillette. And let me tell you, man, I am so pumped to see this team back in action. Sundays are not the same without the Birds, and the official captains were announced for this season today. As expected, all the main guys, Jalen Hurts, Devontae, Jason Kelce, A.J. Brown, Big Play Slay, Jake Elliott, Lane Johnson, Fletch, and B.G. I think that is a solid list right there. Devontae and A.J., both captains for the first time of their careers. I think those two, again, are going to have an even better year than they did last season. I think it's going to start this weekend. You look at the New England Patriots, you look at what they're going to try to do. And, well, we have a naysayer already who thinks they're going to be able to stop Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles offense. That's right. Here's what Mike Martz, a former player who's now an analyst, said about the Patriots in week one. He says, quote, Belichick will try to take the quarterback out of the game. He will have an answer for the RPO. He's going to make life miserable for Jalen Hurts. That's what Mike Martz said about Eagles versus Patriots on Sunday afternoon. Now, am I going to sit here and say that Bill Belichick is not a great, maybe one of the greatest, maybe the greatest coach of all time? No, I'm not going to sit here and say that. But am I going to sit here and act like Jalen Hurts is going to be all figured out by Bill Belichick and the Patriots? No. And even Bill Belichick commented on Jalen Hurts today. He says, quote, Hurts does a great job of running the show. He paid his respect. He obviously saw what he did last year. Honestly, I'm starting to think Mike Martz didn't watch football. I think he took a break last year and just didn't watch. There are still people out there who are talking and acting like Jalen Hurts is just some running quarterback who has still not proven anything. Is Hurts going to, have the same year he did last year? Maybe not. Will he be better? There's a chance. But Jalen Hurts has proved himself, and right now he has to be on watch as one of the best quarterbacks in the league entering this season. And we know Bill Belichick is going to make some things tough for him, right? Hurts might be a little rusty out of the gate, but man, who wouldn't expect him to pick off where he left off, in terms of just finding all his weapons? Even if Belichick tries to take the deep ball out of the game, Jalen is much more comfortable, especially with those slants and throws in the flat. He's just going to take what the defense gives him. And let's be honest, the Patriots do not have a lot of playmakers, all right? We've seen the last couple years that the New England Patriots, obviously were carried a lot by Tom Brady. That's not to say Belichick isn't a great coach, but we saw what happened last year with Mac Jones, right? He didn't play so hot. And it's not like Bill Belichick can go out there single-handedly and carry that team to the playoffs. It's just not going to happen. The Eagles are a much more talented roster. The Patriots in this game have to hope and pray that they can get it close in the fourth quarter. That's really their only shot, right? If the Eagles blow it away and they get a big lead and they're just running off the clock, Bill Belichick and his Patriots have absolutely no chance. So for Mike Martz to say that Hurts is going to have a miserable game and, Belichick is going to make it oh so tough on him, show me the playmaker. Show me the talent that's able to do that. Unless Hurts is just way off the radar for some reason and can't hit simple throws, I don't see why the Eagles don't jump out to a 10, 14-point lead early and just kind of carry their way through, right? The Patriots aren't really expected to do much. I mean, they could have a sneaky upside game where they keep it a little bit close, but I don't see them, really competing too much in this game. Now, Jalen Hurts was on WIP today along with a lot of guests, and he talked about the Super Bowl loss. He says, quote, "I am over it. Shoot, we have a game this week. We got a game this week. I am 1,000% focused on what is to come." He also just talked about, again, that journey, that internal fire, the fact that he wants to get back to the moment and he is motivated. I'm telling you, man, he's even more fired up than he was last year. This guy is not settling. And right now, I mean, you have to look at the Eagles as one of the best teams on paper. They have to come out, prove it, and they have to keep that mindset. Speaking of which, Brandon Graham was on WIP, and he kind of talked about that and hinted at it today. He says, quote, "That was pretty much the whole message this offseason. It's like it doesn't matter what we did last year. It's about going out and proving that this team this year can focus on the mentality of taking care of business one day at a time." And it is perfect to have guys like that on this team because, of course, right, your head can get big, right? You were almost indestructible last year. I mean, you were just steamrolling through teams in a regular season. And if you get caught slipping, you could come out and drop a few early, and you don't want that to happen, especially with a tougher schedule this year. So vets like BG and Lane Johnson and Jason Kelsey, these guys will keep this team grounded. Nick has done a great job with this squad, and I just don't think they're settling. And again, something that I really, emphasized last year is that they don't have those big egos, right? That'll kind of distract the team and allow them to get off par. I think everybody is locked in on that same goal, that same mission, and I think they're led by the right guy, especially with Jalen Hurts in that locker room. And Nick Sirianni also talked about Jalen Hurts today, and he had his opening presser. And Nick Sirianni says, quote, "I think he's operating at a very high level as far as within the offense, understanding why we do things, how we do things. And he's really like a coach on the field. I think our convos in the quarterback room, they just keep getting deeper and deeper as far as how we are really dissecting all the things that we're doing, the things that we're complementing, things that we already do well. Again, I've said this 1,000 times about Jalen. He's going to reach his ceiling, whatever that is, because of all the things that he has inside of him, the intangibles, right? I just see that continuing to show out, and I see him continuing to get better. Only good praise, only good vibes around Jalen Hurts and the work that he has put in this offseason. And man, he is fired up. I'm expecting him to have a huge game. I think he's going to start out really hot this season. And it's just about, can he stay on the field? Can he stay healthy, right? I'll be interested to see whether they put him in a lot more situations where he's able to run, right? How much will they utilize the RPO? And will he really be interested in, pulling the ball back sometimes and trying to scramble? We kind of saw near the end of last year, he didn't do it as much, especially after he had that injury against the Bears. But I think there's just so many weapons to go around. And I think this Eagles team is set really well, man. And speaking of weapons, the Eagles went ahead and they released their first depth chart for week 1. And, not really many surprises here, right? We look at the offense, the running back committee will still be there. Obviously, they have Gainwell, Penny, Scott, Swift. I wouldn't really expect that to be in stone. However, when we get to the defense, we had Nick Sirianni speak today about the safety position as well as the linebacker position, but more so on safety. And he said that he's not naming another starter yet. Now, Reed Blankenship is obviously locked into one of those slots. He's going to have to take a massive leap this year and really be that leader on the defense in the secondary, right? And, you look at the other position, they have Edmonds and Justin Evans splitting time right now, right? Kayvon Wallace left, went to another team. So it's going to come down to Edmonds and Evans. I would expect Edmonds to get the nod. I've said that all along. And at the will linebacker position, we expect Zach Cunningham to get the starter reps, but could Christian Ellis be the guy? They are also listed as a split there. Will Hassan Reddick be ready to suit up and go? All things that we will keep our eyes on, but Jalen Carter, I expect to step up. Honestly, I could see him having a sack or two in this game. What about Nolan Smith? I think all these guys will get an opportunity to prove themselves, especially if the Eagles start blowing this game away. And man, it's going to be interesting to see who they go with here. But Nick Sirianni said, why do I have to commit yet, right? I don't need to. So we'll have to wait a few days to see who they go with, but I would expect Edmonds and Cunningham to probably get the nod. Other than that, not really many surprises there. At the end of the day, man, week 1 is upon us. The Eagles need to get off on a good note this season. And here's an opportunity. Now, again, this is a game you don't want to play with your food, right? You don't want to go out there and start messing around. No, go out there, execute the game plan, get a big lead early, and sail into a week 1 win. Do you think the Eagles will get it done? We'll have more of a preview later in the week, but give me your thoughts down below in the comment section. Again, appreciate everybody for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And with that being said, I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.